Steve Ellis. Off the ring. Steve Ellis said that I would get listened.
I'm Bill Faversham, Vice President of Brown Foreman, and one of the founders of the group of Cassius Clay. I'm also his manager.
I'm W.L. Lyons Brown, Chairman of the Board of Brown Foreman Distillers Corporation. I'm also a farmer and in the oil business.
Worth Bingham, Assistant Publisher of the Courier-Journal and Louisville Times.
I'm William Cutchins, President of Brown Williamson Tobacco Corporation, manufacturers of Cools and Viceroys, and also one of the owners of the ABC television station in Louisville, Kentucky.
That's me, J.D. Stetson Coleman, farmer and part owner of the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm Burton Smith, distributor of Brown Foreman Whiskies, Cruise, and Pico Champagne.
I'm Gordon B. Davidson, attorney for the Louisville Sponsoring Group, owner of Cassius Clay, and the hired hand to keep the group and Cassius Clay together.
I've been asked once or twice whether we did it for profit. I did not, and I can assure you that any money I would get in any way from it, the profit, I will give to a charity. I'll give it to my own foundation called the W.L. Lyons Brown Charitable Foundation, because I have no desire to profit at all on this. But I am inclined to feel that he is a little ungrateful. The boy would never have had a chance. He would never have been able to fight as he's doing, where people would have slowly let him build up and get where he is if it hadn't been for this syndicate. As an example, his mother was the cook of my double first cousin. She's a very fine woman, but they were employed in the lower level of our country. My mother's family, they were Clays, the same name as Cassius. When the American Negro came here as slaves, they took the names of the families. Our families freed, way back there, we freed the slaves in our families, but I'm sure that Cassius's probably great-grandparents and some of my relatives, they were probably the owners of Cassius's great-grandparents.
Child of the world! Child of the world should be pretty like me. Child of the world! Child of the world! I'm the champ. Get your last look. Get your last look. I'm a champ. I'm the real champ. See? Where's he at? Where's he at? I'm the king of the ring. I'm the biggest thing in history. All because of me. I'm the king. How they gonna dance? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Hey! Rumble, young man, rumble. Hey! I'll get him at the weigh-in.
I don't know who, but I think somebody won't win the fight.
Float like a butterfly, champ. Rumble, young man. Cook, champ. Cook. Rumble, young man. Bang. Life magazine, the biggest magazine in the world. They want my pretty face on it. If I lose, they won't use it.
Oh, Clay, come on, get him off. Where's the other one? Come in.
For the crown, dance for it. The world is watching you. The champ. The biggest sporting event that's ever been held on the face of earth. I'm the champ. Yes. I'm the biggest thing in history. The president of the United States. I'm the king. The queen is that the queen of England. The Beatles. The king. The Beatles ain't nothing but a Beatles bought my autograph. Yes, they do. I'm the king. King of the ring. Tell listen to cut that mustache off. I don't even shave yet. Yeah. Champ. How'd Gillette go give you a commercial? Ain't that a shame? Don't even shave. Say you're mad because Gillette won't give you a commercial. Because I don't shave. Outskirts of New York City. Thinking about how many little pretty girls and boys I'm gonna have, and thinking about thinking about all of that kind of stuff. Building me a nice, pretty. I want to put up a $500,000 or $1 million housing project. I just officially opened up my Cassius Clay Enterprises. Dancing and jabbing, I look like Sugar Ray. Pop, pop, hooking, jabbing and left hooking, jabbing and left hooking. Yeah, I'm a pretty fighter. I don't get hit. See how pretty and smooth I am? I don't get cut or marked. I'm something new. The game is alive. If it wasn't for me, things would be dead. The reporters got something to write about me. The peanut man's gonna make money. The popcorn man is gonna make money. The beer man is gonna make money. The town is alive. This is the biggest sport. I'm participating in the biggest sport that ever took place in the whole wide world. Nothing is as great as me. The biggest thing in the world is the heavyweight champion. And I'm not just going to be ordinary heavyweight champion. I'm going to be the greatest of all time.
Now, probably the most famous boxing exercise in the world. When he said, "You feel that?" Somebody said, "Nope."
Who's going to win the fight?
Yeah.
Play.
What?
Sonny Liv.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. You don't know a thing about fights.
Listen has never proved that he could go 15 rounds.
Oh, what are you talking about? Ah, you're out of your mind.
You say Liston has never fought nobody? Well, who did this guy ever
Mike
fight?
DeJong got knocked out while he was on the floor. He's counting himself out. He took the referee's hand and counted himself out.
Give me a chance. Who did this guy ever fight?
Who?
Yeah.
Clay?
Yeah.
He boxed London.
London. He boxed who?
Peter Cooper. I mean, what's
Peter
his name?
Cooper. You could lick Peter
What's the
Cooper.
difference?
He'll freeze up when he gets in that ring, I'll guarantee you that.
What makes you so sure?
Well, I've been a fighter. I fought them all.
Who'd you fight there, King?
Max Berry, Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey,
Yeah?
Mickey Walker, Ace Atkins, and Canera.
And you think that, from your experience...
When I fought Joe Louis, I froze up. Joe Louis knocked me out, put me in the tie business.
No kidding.
That's right.
Can you hold that for a moment, will you?
And you think Cash is going to be selling
Yeah,
that
he'll be my partner.
Oh, I don't know. Listen,
I think Joe Louis is a great fighter. Listen, it's too powerful. And I'll knock him out in the second round. I can't be scared of death.
Yeah, I think Liston is the greatest heavyweight ever lived.
Oh, you think he's better than anybody?
Better than anybody. In Joe Louis' time, I believe Liston could beat him.
Tell me, show me how Liston throws a left. Towards the camera. Towards the camera. Straight. He
That's
turns
right.
His left. And how does he hook off the jab? And he hooks off the jab. How's that? And he can do that in a lightning shot.
Yes, you can.
And how about Clay? How does he throw his left?
Clay like to pull and move back and jab and then hook. When he makes this stick with Liston, it will be over.
And you think that's the end of the fight?
That's all.
Hear about your fight and what you did to Liston.
Which one?
Well, the one where you knocked him on the ground, right?
Oh, the one where I knocked him
You
down?
didn't knock
That was
him
the
out,
second
you
fight.
said.
No,
No,
that was the second fight.
Yeah.
Well, in that fight, I couldn't get warmed up. So I says in the fourth round, I got to try a little harder this round. So I goes in, I ducks under his left jab and pumps it right to the body. He drops his arms, and I hooked him to the head. And he went down.
Well, was that the finish of the fight?
No. I made him mad then.
Oh, yeah?
He got up and killed me the next 2 rounds.
I am Evil Eye Finkel, the #1 hex man of the sporting world. I have appeared on Ripley, Believe It or Not, We the People. Most of the programs are hexing over 200 fighters.
Exactly when you do the evil
It's the same as hypnotizing a fighter. It's like Gus Chance tried to do it with Carpentier in the old days. I give him the evil eye this way. It's known as the Slabutka stare. Then I give him the zinger and the whammy. When I give him the double whammy in the corner, that's it, the knockout. That's how I defeated Billy Kahn, Max Baer, and some of the greatest fighters in the world, including the German army.
German army?
When I was in France. I'm Evil Eye Finkel, #1 hex man of the sporting world.
I saw Cassius Clay today, didn't we? Yeah. And he's absolutely gorgeous.
Liston will kill him. He'll kill him in the first round.
He'll be Liston in 3 rounds.
Liston in about 4.
Liston by 2.
2, Liston in 3.
One Liston.
1 Liston.
Second round Liston.
Liston in 4. Go like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You got too much mouth, Clay. Liston gonna win.
Liston!
Well, I am for Liston.
Cassius Clay.
What you said about Cassius Clay is nothing but mouth. Clay is nothing but mouth. You know what? Both Clay can eat more of his mouth. Liston gonna have 1 here, 1 there. You know what gonna happen? Clay gonna wind up down there.
Right. Good job.
No, right.
If the price is right, Cassius Clay will win the fight.
When the fight is going to be price.
I think I should ever say if the price is right, I believe Q will win the fight.
Now, what does he mean by the price is right?
Well, he means the price is right. That applies to gamblers. What's the odds?
Well, how can the price be right?
The price can be right according to odds. The decision can be given according to odds. Or the fight can be fought accordingly. Who's going to make the money?
Well, then it's a fix.
Well,
He gonna win on the counter because my boy can't go in New York City against Wall Street, and Wall Street the best of everything.
I like Clay's style. Yeah, I like that old 1, 2, 3, the 3, 4, 5, and let's get together and get some of that old wide.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
I'm ready, listen. I'm the Clay. I'm the Clay. I'm the Clay. No, you're great. Whatever you feel that you want to play, go over there. That's the only other thing. I think I can take care of myself.
The mandatory 8 count will be in effect. If a fighter is knocked down at the time of the bell, the count will continue except in the last round. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived. Why? Because he's advantage. I don't think so. This is an advantage.
Oh, well, he's never been knocked off his feet.
It's always the first time. Huh?
Carry on.
It's always the first time. Suppose I object to it. A referee, I have your judge. I have the right.
That's right.
Licensed referees, right? They're all honest, isn't that right?
That's right.
You're going to name the referee 10 minutes before the fight, right?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Are you going to name me 30 minutes before the fight? Is that right? Well, then I should have a right to object up until the time. You'll have them all there, won't you?
That's right.
You're going to have 5 of them there? Why should I give you 2 days
Mr.
notice?
Klein, he keeps saying 1 round knockout. What's he worried about?
Why should I give you 2 days
He's gonna
notice?
knock him on one
I have a
round.
right
Don't listen to him.
up until the time. I'm talking.
We gave you this a week ago. We talked about it and said to you, you check these fellas out. What you don't like, you have a privilege.
But I don't think I should have to
But
tip
you're
my
not going to
48
tell
hours.
us 10 minutes before the
I don't
fight.
think I should have to tip my
Because we're not going to tip our mitts to you.
And why should I tip mine to you?
You don't have
We do that as a matter of form, and you know it, Mr. Nylon, to avoid the possibility of gambling in any form, shape, or manner.
And that's what I'm interested in.
We
That's what I'm interested in.
don't name our
Isn't it?
officials until the very last moment.
And I think a half hour is too damn early. I say 10 minutes.
Mr. Nylon,
Yeah, I'm at the ringside.
I just want to tell you this, that I have been on this commission for 22 years, and I have judged over 700 fights. Follow me?
The best judge we ever had.
Now, get it? And I tell you now, you will not know who the officials are until a couple of minutes before fight time. But by that same token, you're not going to tell me that night that you object to one fellow.
Well, why not? What's wrong?
Oh,
If he's so sure his guy's going to knock out my guy in 1 round, why is he so particular about the officials all of a sudden? Why? 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 How could you stand there and ask me that?
The of a shave has nothing to do with a mustache.
They should just beat you on a 3 knockdown rule.
I'd have beat you on nothing.
Oh,
Your guy's
get out
gonna
of
win a
here.
1 round knockout.
Never been knocked off his feet. You got a yo-yo you're putting in there with him.
Your guy'll be like a yo-yo.
Huh?
Your guy'll be like a yo-yo.
Really? We'll find out. This'll be a first. Angela, get yourself a net and catch it.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Yeah! 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 Still! Woo! Hold on! Where are they? You got it! Get him! Yeah! Let us see this. You ain't got a chance. Let us see. Let us see. Hey, can you let us see this? You whoop. Hey, trim him, dang. I'm a dancer. Hey, let us see him. Let us see him. You ain't dancing nothing. You ain't back it up. Way over. Way over. Way over.
218 pounds.
Honey, put your weight off me. Hey, get back. Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc, get out of the way of the scale for a minute, will you? At least get the damn thing away so he gets the picture. I predict that tonight somebody will die at ringside from shock. From there. Jack, move! Move, Jack! Jack, are you ready to sacrifice me?
Please fine $2,500.
I got Sugar Ray! into the hills, I'm making. Riding the bus all the way to New York. They laughed at our painted bus. All across the country, they laughed at us. They called us the lie. That's all we had. Champion's a bone, not me. I went in the ring with the lip on my road. That's what he had. The lady that sold it in there is happy. All the poor peoples is happy. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Hey! Rubber, young man, rubber. Hey!
Back to Nate. All I said was thanks to Nate. All I gave you was a message again. We got to be timed out coming up now. You know.
I certainly was astonished when to hear that his arm was broken, his left shoulder, because he punched all evening with it.
Oh, Clay anticipated than quitting.
First heavyweight champion ever to forfeit his championship sitting on his rump in the corner.
Yeah, baby.
Knockout punch, man.
Take your time out. Sonny, Sonny, Sonny. Sonny, Sonny's always on my mind.
Yeah, I'm through talking. I don't have to talk no more. I done proved my point. All I have to do is just be a nice, clean gentleman, that's all.
Nice, clean gentleman.
I don't like to fight. You notice the way I hit and move? I mean, I don't like to get hit. And I don't like hurting people. All of you all were wrong. You didn't know what you're talking about.
What was it you said I always do?
I said, I always knew how hard he hit, and I always knew that he couldn't hit me. That's why I talk so bold. And I knew that you all didn't know what you're talking about.
Did he have a...
I was watching him. My mouth has overshadowed my ability.
Sonny's here, fellas. If you have any questions, ask. Let's have it.
In the first round, I felt that my arm, I don't know whether it left me or I know it went out. It's one of those things that happen.
Can you expect to get a rematch?
Well, if Clay want to give me a rematch, and if he don't, I imagine I'll forget it.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. 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 Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah, I like everybody. I treat everybody right. I wasn't forcing myself into neighborhoods where I'm not wanted. I wasn't busting down those schools and shaming America. I wasn't doing all that. I was just around colored people. And now I'm catching more hell than all of the people who's raising hell. The more you worry me and keep hacking me about where I'll go, then that makes me really look into it. I said, well, why is everybody so shook up? What do I act like I'm to you? Do I act like I'm
I don't know,
bad
Cassius.
fella?
You're just, like you say, you're the greatest.
Well, see, you can't fool me. You can't interfere into me with what people might think, because I know difference. Why I can't go here? Why I can't listen to this? Well, what is it to this? It makes me check it more. I don't have to be what you want me to be. I'm free to be what I want to be and think what I want to think. I don't believe in forced integration. It ain't gonna never work, and you know it ain't gonna work. You always knew it wasn't right, but I never did know. Now that I done found out, you seem to be shook up. You should be glad I done woke up. Now I'm not gonna worry you. One Negro coming to school and the police forces out there, and the mayor and the governor and the farmers with the hoses and race riots and whooping them, and they gotta go back home, and they come back the next day and the mayor's out there and the president's gotta go down there and straighten them out, and then the people boycott the school and they serious. The women throw bricks, the little girls throw bricks, and the little babies and everybody. They're serious. It's awful. Yeah, it's awful. That's why I'm not around it. I might get killed.
Who is he? Is that smart alecky, wisecracking kid, Clay? Is it this image we met today at the press conference? Suave, calm, says he's going to be a wiser but sadder young man. Just which one is Clay?
He's going to be a clean-cut young American.
He's going to be a
What do you mean by
clean-cut
that?
young American. That's
Is he
impossible.
snowing the newspapermen again?
No, he's not snowing, though, really. But this is what he wants to be. This is his ideal.
Really?
For example, he didn't allow any drinking on the bus. He doesn't even use a lot of profanity. No, even when he's riled up with the crowd, like we saw tonight, He did never descend into profanity. Basically, he is a Sunday school trainee in his general moral attitude. He follows the American dream of thrift, virtue, clean cut, health, sleeping good hours, not running around with too many girls, not drinking.
Yeah, but he's also the American ideal in his public relations.
Also,
he's super.
He's a super American. Using the American technique of PR, where you can transform something which seems nothing into the most desirable object available. Doing it on his own, he has fulfilled Madison Avenue at its best or worst.
And yet all of America resented this. Why?
Because he did not feel gratitude because he did it. America does not mind you doing anything so long as you feel grateful. Even if you are a member of the mafia, if you feel grateful for doing it, it's okay.
How about the syndicate? The syndicate also feels that he might be ungrateful.
Louisville syndicate, the southern aristocrats and businessmen who backed Clay, built him up, gave him his early start, feel even worse the kind of quality that Clay has because he is a southern Negro and they are southern whites. And the fact that Clay's, any show of arrogance is for them negative. But Clay's show of arrogance is double negative because he says to them, though you made me, I am now your Frankenstein monster. There's nothing you can do. I am independent. I've paid your money back double and triple. There's nothing you can do to me or for me, perhaps. At any rate, they wanted in their heart of hearts to see him beaten by Liston to break this image. He's a dangerous man for a southern town like Louisville. Cassius Clay beat them at their own game. He's the independent hipster, the jazz man turned boxer. That is Cassius Clay.
But I shook up the world.
What should you do? Time to bounce to fight the president. You gonna knock him out. Cassius Clay, I didn't stop to fight the president. I am a mystery. Cassius Clay.
World heavyweight champion, Cassius Clay in person.
Oh, man, you go somewhere and drop dead because you won't last.
I saw the fight. Who's the prettiest fighter in history?
He is the greatest.
I shook up the world. I'm the greatest thing in the world.
Fly like a butterfly, stings like a bee. Got it out there in the family.
I was dancing like Sugar Ray. I was dancing, sticking and dancing.
Did you kill him, Clay?
$15 million.
You the greatest, baby. Yeah, you greatest. You the greatest. You the greatest.
I didn't stop him. I sent him to the hospital. I gotta be bad. Oh, it feels so good to be able to holler when you know you're bad. I'm a bad young man. I'm a bad young man. Travel the world.
Groovy, Cassius. Keep it up, baby. We'll look for you in 6 months, and I know the Big Bear will, too. This is done by Dorothy Berry. It's called Ain't That Love, Honey Bunch. One time go. That's done by Dorothy Berry on WBC, Honey Bunch. That's called Ain't That Love. It's the groovy sound on the Jefferson K Saturday Night Show. Dig, honey. It's coming up time for news, jumping on the ceiling, wallpaper peeling on WBZ. Stick around. Matt Cooney's got 10 back in 10.
What we're going to do. Cassius Clay is the name. And I want to have some improvisations with whatever knowledge that you have, and I'll remind you certain knowledge of Cassius Clay's life. Some people I'm going to ask to be Cassius Clay when he's 10. Some people I'm going to ask to be Cassius Clay's mother. You know a number of things about Cassius Clay. What do you know?
He is a poet.
What else?
He is a Muslim.
And he is a champ.
He thinks he's going to beat Sonny Liston.
And he is. He will.
Oh, no, he won't.
Yes, he will.
Oh, no, he won't.
You want to bet?
No, this is not facts, you know. I don't think he should be condemned because of his religion.
I think Cassius Clay is a great guy personally. And despite all the pressure he's under from the press and the public, he's maintained his image and his own identity with his people and with his feelings.
I think he's played a kind of wonderful kind of sight game on the American public in order for him to gain what he needs. It's a shame that black people have to go through such a phenomenal chore even to be recognized. I feel that Africa is, at this present time, is not our home. I think my forefathers have died in this country, and I claim this country as mine. As for separation, or etc., my main point is that I would like to get out of the reservation on 145th Street. It is a reservation, it is a ghetto, and it is a Harlem, and I think this is what our fight is for, to be able to function in the mainstream of all of American life, because we are Americans and we did build this country.
You are Cassius Clay, won the Olympic championship in Rome. This is the medal in first place. You are the NBC reporter here to interview Cassius, who's just about to go in his locker room, but you just beat it. You all right, Cassius?
Yeah, I'm
okay. It's all yours, baby.
There was nothing to it. It was life.
This is the NBC News correspondent, Cecilia Clay, coming from Rome.
Some say the best was Sugar Ray, but that was before they saw Cassius Clay.
May I quote that, Mr. Clay?
Certainly you may. Not a mark. Do you see that? Not a mark. Touch me. I'm good.
Yes, well, we all know that out of television land, Mr. Clay. How do you spell that?
G-R-A. Well, I didn't say I was the smartest.
And this is Friday. This is the day of the eagle. As the eagle flies over the WLIB tower, we give some thought to what we're going to do with what we find in the envelope. Some of it we'll spend, a little bit we'll save.
Spend that next week.
So this is Joe Bostic at WLIB in New York with the gospel train moving along as it does each day, and an aside here and there about that interesting development up in Boston where Sonny Liston and Cassius Clay will settle their small differences and differences that have grown out of the fact that both of them want the same thing, namely the heavyweight championship of the world. Cassius has it, Sonny wants it. Sonny had it, Cassius took it. Now they want to even the score. Sonny would like that a lot.
Hey, Cass. Good, champ. Looking good. Float, champ. Float. Cook, young man. Cook. Dang. You know what? This one can't beat Cass in a million years. Know that? Hey, Cass?
We'll be back up. Don't bother.
He can't beat you in a million years, Cass. That's right. I know it.
You know it, and I know it. You know why? Because you're the greatest, Cass. You're the greatest.
See y'all.
You're the greatest. Where's Lockman?
For the second fight, and I want you to have your hernia attack while you're training. Everybody's here. Love to get trained. Okay. Catch it. Oh, Muhammad Ali. I want some applause or something.
Clay, you can. I hear that my main man, Cassius Clay, is up in the hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, laid up with a hernia operation. Oh, this can't happen to us. That's my main man, Cassius Clay. After all, look at the money we've got out on you. Come on, Cassius, pull on through like a champ should.
How about this afternoon? What happened?
How's the champ feeling about it?
Oh, he's in good shape. Getting evil slowly. He was in good shape.
What did he say? Did they talk to him about an operation?
He didn't say anything, you know. I guess maybe I'm glad it happened like this, because if it had happened in the fight, you know, then it might have really hurt him. The guy hit him in the body or something, maybe he'd have lost his life.
Here comes the big top sports parade from W.W. Parnell.
Doctors in Boston say there won't be a heavyweight title fight Monday night. Cassius Clay has suffered an abdominal hernia.
Clay was stricken just as he sat down to eat dinner tonight at his hotel and was rushed to the hospital, where he was x-rayed and taken to the surgery floor for examination.
The big bout, slated for Boston next Monday, has suffered what's estimated to be a 6-month setback. But after Clay's first fight against Sonny Liston, it's doubtful if the return match may be worth waiting that long for. Or perhaps if Cassius Clay had eaten our ragu spaghetti sauce, he might not be in the trouble he's in right now.
You feel that people treated you differently after you lost the title.
Yes. See you back sorry is a double tap.
No,
We'll get it ready for you.
All right, as a boxing promoter at the Madison Square Gardens, I have an understanding and appreciation of difficulties that are involved when a postponement of this vast size takes place. Millions of dollars lost. I wish it hadn't happened. The loss with the closed circuit television, and in this particular instance, the money is irretrievable in Boston. Clay is a young man, colorful individual. This is important to our business. I think that boxing is a good and wholesome sport. Boxing is a good and wholesome sport, and I've been around for 30 years. I do not think that it is dying.
There is a lesson in what happened the other day to the champion of the world, Mr. Cassius Clay. While we thought that everything was going according to schedule, the doctors discovered that he had an injury. And for that reason, of course, this fight has been postponed for the next 6 months. But we aren't able to say today whether that will take place or not, even 6 months hence. Cassius Clay has been injured. He is styled at times as the greatest. But you have come to a church where we believe that only God is the greatest.
One of the interesting developments of this always interesting young man called Cassius Clay is that he has changed his name in keeping with his religious convictions, and he is now Mohamed Ali, I believe.
I think that Muhammad Ali is a very wonderful brother, and that he is a champion in every sense of the word. And the thing that he's running into some trouble in is that he has accepted the religion of Islam and is a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And today, since the coming of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we are respecting black. We look up to black. We are not ashamed of being black. And we are seeking the friendship and brotherhood of black people, such as we've never done before. Up until this time, we have been serving the white man, who we know today to be a race of devils.
We have enough power to do for ourselves like other people are doing for themselves. If 5 million people in Africa, in Ghana can do for themselves, if 5 million in Cuba can do for themselves, then we feel that 22 million so-called Negroes in America can build us an independent government, an independent nation right here in America, if need be. If not, we'll do it someplace else.
The power structure had successfully created the image of the American Negro as someone with no confidence, no militancy, and they had done this by giving him images of heroes that weren't truly militant or confident. And now here come Cassius, the exact contrast of everything that was representative of the Negro image. He said he was the greatest. All of the odds were against him. He upset the odds makers. He won. He became victorious. He became the champ. And the people who understand psychology and the effect that the psychological effect that the image of one's hero has upon the person himself, they knew that as soon as if people began to identify with Cassius and the type of image he was creating, they were going to have trouble out of these Negroes, because they'd have Negroes walking around the street saying, "I'm the greatest," and also Negroes who were not saying that they were nonviolent, and also Negroes who were proud of being black. Who would be proud of their own cultural background. All of these factors reflected the potential danger that was seen by the press was reflected in their questioning of Cassius during this fight. It was not a heavyweight championship fight physically. There was more to it than that. And I, for one, knew he would win because I looked at all of the historic things that were taking place on this earth, and to me, time itself was on Cassius' side. Yeah, a symbol, because even in his present position, where everybody is trying to exploit him, when you analyze the crisis that the Negro is going through, much of our present crisis stems from an effort by others to exploit our position, to exploit us politically, because we're in a strategic position politically. And in order to exploit our position politically, they have to pretend to be our friends. They have to pretend to be liberal. They have to pretend to be interested in our interests, which is usually not the case. And in Cassius' case, it's the same way. He's surrounded by people who pretend to be for him, but are actually using his position to exploit him. And I think the two situations are parallel. Only I hope that the end result that he probably will meet won't be the end result of the overall struggle and fight for survival of the collective Negro in this country.
We the young, we must do what others have been afraid to do. Use what our fathers have been denied to use. We must ensure our children a life. All children should live after birth. Death will not crush us. Money will not crush us. Dope will not crush us. God will not crush us. This hell will not crush us. We will move.
When is the time to move?
The time is now! When is the time for a rainbow to rise? The time is now!
When is the time to rename America?
The time is now! When is the time for starvation to starve? The time is now!
When is the time for change?
The time is now! When is the time for freedom? The time is now! Thank you!
like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Hey, rumble, young man, rumble. Hey, hey, hey.
People think we crazy.
Let them keep thinking.
Listen, they crazy.
Let them keep thinking it.
Listen, they crazy.
We are crazy. Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are being attacked by highway bandits. They are now approaching us on their horses. What do you say, stewardess? You mean the plane is going to crash? Say a prayer, recite a Bible verse. Well, I don't know no Bible verse. Just do something religious. I'll take up a collection. I'm gonna run the bear up the tree. It's up to you to get him out the tree.
You just point him out.
I'll show him to you.
I hope the champ is asleep. Let me see. Hope everything work out. All we gotta do is just float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. He's young and strong. He's a baby giant.
Robert Colby, lobby.
I'm not scared of nothing but God. What am I scared of? Why in the hell, all of a sudden, excuse the expression, a carload of men can be coming from New York to get somebody, and you can't go get them? What kind of law is this in America? The world's watching you. You make a fool out of yourself, picking on a clean, righteous man like me and hollering about, what you come to tell me they're coming to get me for? Why don't you go on the highway and stop them? I'm not scared of you, and you run the country. What am I scared about some more people for?
You know, it's a beautiful place here, isn't it? Nice, very nice layout. Beautiful. Yeah.
Ready to battle. And tell all those people out there in England, the bell will leave tomorrow night. And the price is right. Yeah. Where's the bear, Joe?
I didn't see the sport.
You didn't see the bear. Jersey Joe Walcott, prettiest dancer in the ring. Look at here, Joe. Where y'all going now?
We're going up to Louisville.
Okay. Well, I want you to do something if you should see him again. Tell the bear he's got one chance. Wrong.
Jeez, I read about this, but you don't think it's there.
Okay, Joe. Jersey Joe Walcott. Boy, that was a great play. Oh, that man was so fast on his feet.
We beat the horse one day.
They think I'm dumb. See, they think I'm dumb. But that's listeners' voice. The biggest thing in the world coming up tomorrow, and I'm spending my time with you. Thank you.
Yeah. How about checking over here, because I want to get this here in line. Check. I want to line them all up.
Play 72.
How are you? I'm just fine. How are you?
You're 35.
Where'd you get that cap?
You're 35. 21.
21.
You got a beer with a suit? With a suit?
Okay, get examined. Huh? Yeah, my pal. My old pal.
Who you fighting, Rockmore?
You look younger. You look younger.
Ça va, mon vieux? Tu veux que je chante maintenant? Quelle chanson?
Ben, le Stars Magnum.
Le Stars Magnum,
c'est fermé. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Hey, take a picture, yo. Move it back. 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 Don't be afraid.
Did he? Oh, he did.
Put it right on with Floyd, huh? Chairman?
There's the red, big one. There's the red.
Floyd.
You're not a red, man. You're not a red.
Floyd. Real man. You want to come back, go.
Anybody need any ice over there? Do anybody need any ice? Huh?
Hey, Don. We got it
Okay, go ahead. I'm coming, man. As soon as I get this glove on. I want to get this glove talking about.
Be on at 10:30, you know.
Okay, we better.
What's your name? No, all right, let's get up now. Okay?
I don't sell them.
I know you don't sell them.
Where you from?
New York.
New York.
Yeah. I know you don't sell them. A friend of mine's had one, you know, and I wanted to get one.
Yeah.
You know, I figured I had to pay for it crazy, but, you know, otherwise, it wouldn't make no difference.
I mean, they're for sale, but I don't sell them. They are for sale, but I don't have them.
Well, I was speaking to Stephen Fletcher. He ain't got none.
You should sell that one. I'll check and see if I can.
We'll take care of your business.
Hi. Hi. What I was going to do was, I'll sell them for you. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you whatever. If I sell them, I'm going to give it to you. I'll get $1 here for you. Keep $1 for you, see. I'll do it for you.
I bet you listen will be rich the rest of his life off of the money they got over the tax. You know he would.
The best from the get knocked out with one clean shot, then they get cut up.
That's right. I done put all my money against me.
215 pounds coming in on 206
Somebody
pounds.
said it was half karate and half punch. It wasn't. That was just a pure. There was no karate back in Jack Johnson's day.
Chop.
That was a
right shot.
It was a sinker.
Screwdriver. Sounds like a screwdriver.
I imagine they'll believe us now, huh? They still don't believe. They said, what's the prediction, champ? What's the prediction? I said, I will not tell you the prediction. This was only a few days ago. Yesterday, I said, I will not tell you the prediction because I'm afraid that if I tell you what's going to happen, you might not come. But I will say it will be a shocking and a dreadful night.
What they gonna say?
What they gonna say after we get him in a half a minute?
One punch. Go right out there.
One punch.
Square off.
Yeah.
Glove in there.
That chop right. That chop right. When I tell them about that chop right, the step and fetcher was teaching me. Come here, Step. That's old Step right here. Where you going, Step? What you been doing this morning?
Yeah. We can get the chicken.
Yeah, we gotta go. But wasn't we how that ankle punch go, Step? That sharp punch?
Sinking.
No, it was sharp one. How you? Sinking. The ankle punch. Didn't we tell the world about that right? And what's not at the right that did it?
That's right. Now they're trying to make all that.
So now they don't. Step, I told the people I was gonna be listening so bad that we're gonna need 3 men in one night.
Right.
So from now on, we're gonna have to fight 3 men.
Yes,
Floyd Patterson, Joyce Chavallo, and Ernie Terrell.
Right.
The world's 3 best.
Did you know that the lead reporter didn't even mention Terrell? He supposed to be WBA champ.
Oh man, it's number 1
mention
world
him.
heavyweight champ. That guy ain't number the bum. I don't say I'm the greatest no more. I used to go around saying I'm the greatest, but that's something I don't use no more. Allah is the greatest. God is the greatest. I'm not the greatest. Not only me, but the whites are saying they the greatest, and the Chinese are saying they the greatest, and I was in Africa, they're saying they the greatest. And so the Negroes are the greatest. Everything they do is the greatest. Olympic champions, jazz musicians, rock and roll artists, boxers, baseball players, football players, everything that the so-called Negro do in America seem to be the best and the greatest. So what's wrong with him saying he's the greatest when he is the greatest, when everything in America that has been made the greatest has been painted and colored white? So like Jesus is white, you have Santa Claus white, Tarzan, King of the Jungle, he's white, Miss America's white, Miss Universe is white, Miss World is white. When you go to heaven, you walk on a milky white way. Before you go to heaven, you washed in lamb blood, he is white as snow, they say. They teach us some TV commercials. They have white out cigars, white swan soap, king white soap, white cloth tissue paper, white rain hair rinse, white tornado flow wax. Everything seems to be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Angel hair is white. Angel food cake is white, and devil food cake is dark. And Mary had a little lamb, his feet is white as snow. So everything, the greatest so far has been white, and these are just falsehoods, so white supremacists. So now that we have a man in America today, Elijah Muhammad, who teaches us that we are the greatest, and it is a fact, and you cannot prove that we are not the greatest. So I would see why it would be the commotion and the trouble over people are saying that they're the greatest. What's wrong with that anyway?
You got some photos.
So if you're the greatest, you're just the greatest until proven wrong.
Mexico, Mr. He's from Mexico. You remember,
Mexico. Yes,
me in Chicago, how
yes,
in Las
sir.
Vegas, always coming to wish you good luck.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
very
Glad to
nice.
meet you.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
You have a lot of friends in Mexico.
A lot of friends in Mexico.
A lot of friends.
That's what
in
Mexico.
60.
That's in Mexico.
MEXICO.
That's right.
That's it.
I'm a little off on my spelling lately. So long as it's been in school.
You're doing terrific, champ.
Nous chanterons, nous danserons.
Pour honorer notre équipe et lui exprimer notre amour.
L'authenticité,
c'est notre philosophie politique. Nous voulons être nous-mêmes et non ce que les autres voulaient que nous soyons.
notre objectif,
L'unité dans la diversité.
région,
Oui.
régionalisme,
Non.
tribu,
Oui.
tribalisme,
Non.
clan,
Oui.
clanisme,
Non.
indépendance nominale,
Non.
indépendance totale,
Oui.
aliénation mentale,
Fini.
notre souci primordial,
Toujours prêt.
pour la vigilance,
Toujours prêt.
pour la révolution,
Nous mourrons.
pour la révolution,
Nous mourrons.
la discipline, l'ordre et la méthode,
C'est notre force.
Mobutu Sese Seko,
Notre seul guide.
Mobutu Sese Seko,
Notre seul espoir. Notre seul salut.
la haine,
Nous chanterons la haine contre les oppressions de l'Afrique.
la haine,
Nous chanterons la haine contre les oppressions de l'Afrique.
l'Afrique,
Aux Africains.
l'Afrique,
Aux Africains.
J'ai parlé longuement de l'Afrique pour dénoncer deux fléaux qui n'existent plus nulle part au monde, sauf dans ce continent, le colonialisme et le racisme. Nous ne pouvons plus accepter que partout au monde, toutes les races soient libres, sauf la race noire d'Afrique. C'est pourquoi nous sommes déterminés à faire changer par tous les moyens cet état de choses. La domination et l'exploitation du noir sur le sol de ses ancêtres par l'étranger blanc doit cesser.
We are very pleased to receive you today in our big country, Zaire. Mohamed Ali, oye! Oye! John Couramment, oye! Oye! Yes, my brothers musicians. Are you ready? Yes! Are you ready? Yes! Ali, Mohamed, welcome to Kinshasa. George, Couramment, bienvenue à Kinshasa. Oh, 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 oye, oye, Zaire. Oh, 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 oye, oye, Kinshasa.
Stinking. Keep dancing and sticking. Sidestepping. Bouncing off the ropes. Dancing and sticking. Beat him all night. Time out by 7 rounds.
Right.
You're gonna be so game in 7 rounds.
Right.
Time out.
Bring him home.
Get my legs ready. I'll be dancing all night.
Right.
Dances heavyweight of all time.
Right. Right.
Passes with the rope. The stage is set for me to be ranked as the greatest of all time. No way they have no excuses after this. I got them cornered. I got the world cornered. Ain't no excuses. This is the hardest hitter since Marciano. This man is greater than Joe Louis. I've been reading what you're saying. Just because a black Muslim beat him, don't make him nothing now. He should have waited 3 more years. Maybe in 3 more years, I may have slowed down a little. But don't you believe that brainwash stuff? You've been watching me train, you watch me dance, and it looked better than I did 10 years ago. Right. Don't talk that stuff about my legs are gone. Right. I want to train 20 rounds today. Right. They won't let me. That's right. They said I can't. I was 240 at one time. They say he's fat. Look at me now. Don't tell me that ain't a perfect specimen of a man. Go ahead. Look at that body. Slim, trim, and on my toes. Oh, I'm on my toes now. Oh, I'm on my toes. Stick it. George can't do that. George ain't got it. See, this man's big. See, this man jabbing to me. Just stick it out, hold it out. See, this is a big man. This man's difficult. George, you build it up like George is this size. George is small. I'm big as George, or bigger, faster. My reach is longer, my fist is bigger. Quit talking all this crazy talk. You'd have cost all these people losing their money. Talk about how big George Foreman is, how terrible, I'm scared for my life, how relentless he is. That sucker ain't nothing. Some can't even fight. Wait till he come in here after me. Fight like a damn woman. Can't swing. Hit people when they're down. Sucker slow, ain't got no rhythm. Trying to dance. Dun, 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 dun. Let it go, let it go. I had to trick him into this fight. I had to make the world think my legs were gone. Then they signed. They said, well, if he was like Ali that fought Liston, he'd beat him. Jab him silly and dance all night, but he can't dance no more. Previous fight show where he stands in the corner. I did that on purpose, man. Can I dance? Is the Pope a Catholic? Is you colored?
Nous sommes exactement le 27 octobre 1974. La fièvre monte à Kinshasa et partout les gens se disputent les journaux. Dans les kiosques, on ne trouve presque plus les journaux et ceux qui ont les quelques numéros qui restent encore les vendent au double du prix. Même dans les ménages, la conversation est dominée par ce combat qui passionne outre mesure les Aïrois.
Mohamed Ali, il faut le Mohamed Ali.
Mohamed Ali.
Oui.
Qui va gagner le combat? Hein? Qui va gagner le combat?
C'est Foreman.
Foreman va gagner.
Ali.
Il est plus fort.
Ali va gagner. Ali va gagner.
Foreman va gagner. Il est plus fort qu'Ali.
Ali. Pourquoi Ali? Ali.
Foreman est plus fort.
Plus fort. KO.
First time we see you.
Sorry. Hi. Yep, ready to get him. What we gonna do? Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Oh, rumble, young man, rumble. Oh!
Qui va gagner?
Moi. Ali. Ali, c'est Mohamed Ali. Ali. Poumier. Ali.
Madam Chair. Yes, sir. War! War! They'll have no doubt after this fight, they'll call me the greatest of all time. I play with George just like I'm doing my sparring partner. He ain't no different. Right! I'll be called the greatest of all time. Greatest of all times. Get the belt on. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 6. That's what y'all think is going to happen. Hey. That's what y'all think. Mohamed Ali is lost up. It's all over. George Foreman knocked him down 4 times. George Foreman knocked him down 4 times. Can Ali get by? George Foreman. George Foreman. Pardon. Oh. The heavyweight time. George Foreman. Time. The lip has been shut forever. Mohamed Ali is finished. He finally got his mouth closed. He finally got his mouth closed. George Foreman is undisputed champion of the world. Knocked Ali down 7 times. George is the greatest of all time. Le George est le plus grand de tous les temps. You see that, Archie? I just gave you a picture of what my critics expect. That was just a treat for those who will never see. Tell my fans, tell them to cheer up. I was only joking. That'll never happen. That's impossible. Jamais à Mohamed Ali. Il était en train de blaguer. Talking about, man. Joe Frazier was puffy, so puffy, Ken Norton, both his eyes was almost closed. I beat him man to death. I'll bruise up George Foreman. If I don't knock him out, I'll cut him up. All around his face will be nicks and cuts. I'm so sharp, when I'm finished, they look like I had a razor blade. I'm so bad, you know what I've been doing? Last week, I went out to the jungles. I wrestled with an alligator. I tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. I'm bad, man. You know what I did last week? Last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm fast. You know how fast I am? Fella, I'm so fast last week, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, I was in the bed before the room was dark. Ladies and gentlemen, the world heavyweight champion, George Foreman. Come on in, chump. Bring that sucker in here. Bring that sucker in here. Oh, hell's gonna break loose, boy. You remember me when you was a kid. When y'all was kids, y'all ran about me. I'm still drinking.
Looks like you've been working hard. You're ready.
I'm ready to get my crown back.
Good luck.
Hey, interpreter, tell everybody, this is my war beat. Ça, c'est son war.
Doesn't get overawed in my business. You can't afford it. He's a real man.
Do you have any predictions, Mr. Ambassador?
Well, I've made a prediction repeatedly. A black American will win this fight.
You sure about that?
I am sure of that.
You have no favorite yourself.
I represent the United States, and I can't have favorites amongst 2 of our citizens.
Well, Ali was somebody who criticized quite a lot the United States. What do you think of his positions?
I have also heard him say some very fine things about the United States. And there are times, I guess, when we all have a few things to criticize.
That's what he got to be watching though. Did you see that?
Get him away from there. Get him. Take him away. Get the flea away. The flea and three. Mohamed Ali. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jab. George Foreman. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jab. Say, little boy, what you looking for? What you looking for, little boy?
Ce sont des artistes qui sont venus ici sur le sol de ses ancêtres, sur le sol africain, sur la patrie zaïroise, exhiber leur talent d'artiste. Ils ne sont pas des frères ennemis, ils sont venus ici en artistes et que le meilleur gagne, c'est ce qu'avait dit notamment le président de la République, le citoyen Mobutu Sese Seko.
You didn't see him roll?
No, that's it. Where you now?
Smile nice for who you hit up like this? No. Come on, sweets. That I didn't get in Hollywood doing
kiss
that.
Kiss me in the ear. You got
to know how to
kiss me in the ear.
Get in there. Oh, Memphis Red know how to get it, man. He grabbed my head, man. This is the way to do it. You do it like this. Oh, yeah.
Give him a match. Give him a match. Give him a match there. One. That's a good position, Juan. That's good. All right.
What corner will Ali be in?
Ali's in this corner. Foreman's in that corner. Yeah.
What time will we be starting?
11 o'clock.
11. This is going to be for the weigh-in.
Yeah, the weigh-in. It's live to ABC in New York. Really? Why don't you pan down and to your left a little?
Huh?
Yeah. What? Well, point to something. Point, you know.
Well, it wasn't the choice of Africa originally. It was the choice in this, that we were searching for money to substantiate the promises that I had made to the fighters. I had committed myself to the fighters that I would deliver them $5 million apiece, and I had based it upon the American promoters, the Americans that are the giants in boxing, the ones that are the financial wizards. And I found they could have come up with it, but I don't think they really want to do it with me. You have two super great athletes, you know what I mean, that are returning home to fight on the land of their heritage. And here I am communing with the spirits of my forebears, and I just feel ebullient about it. There's no words that I can say that would depict or describe such an eloquent scene in my life. This is a high point of my life, to be here with my black brothers, to be able to enjoy and participate in a situation that is going to be for worldwide review that will bring all people together. So it's a situation here that I love America, and I feel America has been a wonderful country. It's one of the most sophisticated and powerful nations in the world, but I feel that they shortchanged us as black people.
Mohamed Ali, the challenger for this extraordinary heavyweight champion of the world. Here lies 216. Just weighed in and we get the weight. Here it is. 216. The weight is 216 pounds. That's 98.5 kilos. It's 216.7 pounds. Mohamed Ali.
Let's fight now.
said, Mabudu want to see you at 8 o'clock bus time. I said, who wanted to see me? He says, the president. That was all I needed to know. I had two choices. If I laid there, I'd be out by this evening. Shit.
Well, 6 guys said it was 250. And you're the only... Okay, what are you rating? Get ASA what?
64.
Okay, and I shoot ASA 100 with CPS. I get 560.
Yeah, right. Because you know me, I line up. Listen, do you want me to line up the shot for you as well, Harry?
Unbelievable. Gentlemen, please. Would you step back this way? Well, let's try it this way. Gentlemen of the press, please.
Someone please tell us where are they going to stand? Then we can make our little group and you can have
Gentlemen.
Bon, allez-y. Dites-leur ce qui va se passer.
Gentlemen, the president's going to walk down the walk and he's going to come back and stand there. The primary purpose of this is to create a television tape for the telecast on Wednesday morning. Therefore, I would appreciate all the photographers if you want to form one line.
Il demande à tous les journalistes de se mettre de côté parce que le président va passer par l'hôpital qui est juste en face de vous. Et alors, l'essentiel, c'est que la grande caméra qui est là pour prendre de belles images. Alors, vous pouvez vous mettre en ligne tous. Le président va se mettre juste en face du fleuve, comme ça vous avez l'occasion de photographier.
Right.
Bon, d'accord. Écoutez, demandez à ces gens de reculer ici.
Okay.
Reculez ici, monsieur. Move backwards.
Very happy. A pose picture like that went out at the turn of the century. Why don't we stand up there out of your camera range?
Slowing down. Stop. Stay on my left. Watch it. Watch your hands. Get out of my right.
All right, my brother.
What do you say, Tex? Go to see the president. Go to see the main stem. Go read my job.
I think it's beautiful, Jeff.
Ça fait presque 100 hectares.
It's 100 hectares. Big. You can walk around here anytime. That's good.
Ma villa.
Can you back up a little bit?
Mais je ne suis pas pour le palais. Le palais,
he's not for a palace, but his palace, that's smaller. The place here is where he does all his business right here.
As we want me to lay a little like that going. As we want, if you want me to lay a little like that going.
Ali, close to him. Ali. Mohammed, please stand close to him. Thank you.
Mohammed, we missed a picture before. Can you shake hands again?
Tony, I cut my windpipe.
Will you embrace again, please?
And just could you embrace again?
Embrace. Oh, yes.
Vous n'êtes pas partisan, monsieur le président.
Comment?
Vous n'êtes pas partisan.
Je ne peux pas l'être.
Est-ce que vous pouvez parler de la signification du programme?
C'est ce que vous savez.
I came to the Black House. I never dreamed when I was a little boy in Sanford, Florida, I'd be to the Black House. I lived in the White House so long. But I know it's from the root to the fruit. We are the people. We are first.
If it wasn't for this thing, we wouldn't do it. And we feel more free, more at home here than we do in the United States itself. And watching what you all do here in Zaire, watching you progress and be independent will make us more confident when we preach unity and independence to our people in America.
Right.
Mais ça fait comme plus de 3 semaines que les billets sont en vente. Est-ce que dans votre bureau, tu es le seul à sortir comme ça pour acheter des billets? Nous sommes à deux. À deux? Oui.
Oh yeah, 3 and 3, Mohamed Ali. You gotta beat out of sleep. The flea ball in 3. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Champion, George Foreman. Oh yeah, George Foreman. Oh yeah. Let up this year, the champion is here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! None of this year, the champion is here. George Foreman. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Champion!
And whoever the champion, I would take the champion on as soon as possible. I hope that the guys will give me a shot. But I like to say to the people around the world, I will be the champion again. I know I will.
This man will never touch me. Don't hit me with the stuff he hit Joe Frazier with. This sucker don't hit hard. The man is a bullet. He pushes his men down. The man don't hit hard. This man will fall on his face and exhaustion. He'll fall out. Flat-footed boot like George Foreman. How you gonna stop me? Guy catch me. Right. Then I'm gonna tie him up. How's he gonna knock me out? Is set for the killing. The turkey is ready. I'll eat him up. I'll eat him up. I'm the greatest scientific fighter of all time. Is in trouble. This man will not hit me. This man will be awkward. He won't catch me. He'll tire himself out. I'll cut him up. I'll bruise him up. He's gonna be so game in 7 rounds. Mohamed Ali, le plus grand de tous les temps.
Ali est un boxeur professionnel. Mais comment voulez-vous vous laisser la finir? Vous n'arrivez pas à boxer là. Reconnaissez Ali. Non. Vous n'êtes pas obligé. Vous n'êtes pas obligé. Huitième. On est là, huitième. Attendez.
I'm gonna hold my title. I fought for my title. It's 10 years since they took my title twice, gave it to Ernest Terrell, gave it to Frazier, gave it to Ellis. I done won my title back, beaten the baddest heavyweight. Is George Foreman still one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, fellas? No, sir. Now, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. Just because I beat him, you say he's not the greatest. Me knocking out George, that's just... You know that ain't me, that's Allah. Yeah. You know it wasn't me because I don't have a punch. You remember that? George never been beaten.
De poids lourd, il se prétend poids lourd avec KO.
Oui, c'est grave.
C'est grave.
C'est terminé, je crois bien.
C'est regrettable, mais qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? Ali va prendre son titre de poids lourd. C'est fini. Il est parti,
Hey, Murray, what do you think?
What do I think about what? The greatest fight you ever saw, wasn't it?
Ali a gagné parce qu'il a quitté le pays de ses ancêtres depuis 4 siècles. Il est revenu pour la première fois, or il devait monter à la face du monde que les Occidentaux, les Américains, les grands capitalistes du monde ne pourraient pas gagner aux grands zaïrs des grands Mobutu du peuple zaïrois.
aux autres disciplines, Ali a gagné ceci, cela. Ali a gagné, Ali a gagné. Ali a gagné qui a battu la 8e round.
Let me see. Test this out.
How do you feel, John?
Oh, lose fight. Very hard, didn't you? Right on. Get in the middle there. Yeah. Yeah. How you feel?
How are you?
Good.
I stay right here.
Yes, yes. I'll hold the girl.
Oh, good.
Here we go.
Did you get? I know you want this.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
One tight. We're going to be, you know, the top man, but, you know, so we got 10 years to work on it. Mm-hmm. Right. So we got to get it right. And this period here is the most important too, because now we got to get the period where they go. Get a lot of money turning over. Mm-hmm. Then when you build it right up to that thing. That's what I say. Right on there. Please come back up there. Yeah, I'm coming.
All right, Joe.
See you cool?
Take care.
All right. Come here.
All right. Okay.
Boombie. Boom. Boombie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Champion. Oh, yeah. 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 Champion. Champion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ain't
Oh,
did
yeah.
it in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till that time comes.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till that time comes. Until then,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
friends.
Oh, yeah.
My son love you, I love you. Until
Oh,
we
yeah.
fight again, then we're enemies.
Oh, yeah.
I did the same thing the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
Oh, yeah.
I told you in the beginning
Oh, yeah.
you couldn't beat us.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you're going to be champion again one day.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
the
yeah.
profit finish.
Oh, yeah.
Next
time,
don't you be pushing on the rope. Let the man hang out there. It
Oh,
wasn't there.
yeah.
It was God.
Oh, yeah.
It was God.
God.
And God's going to make you a champion one day.
Oh, yeah.
You'll
Oh,
see.
yeah.
You'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty strong. He can ropes up.
Oh,
Not strong. Have
yeah.
a spirit. Have a spirit.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only friend you had with you.
Oh, yeah.
Him and him.
Oh,
There ain't no
yeah.
doubt.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
hell of a cat.
They give me a lot of confidence to know that you really had to cheat.
Makes me feel like a
Yeah,
bad
what he
cheat.
did.
Mohammed is a prophet. He ain't gonna fight forever. He's God's son. You God's son. I'm God's son. But when you respect your father, he give you blessing. He stand up for his God. He told Uncle Sam, forget it.
The world newspapers today. So the beautiful Fazaya. I just want to shake hands with Mohammed.
I don't know. I have nothing else to prove. And I'm not talking about no fighting. Unless y'all start talking about $10 million or something. Whoever can outbid who? Africa outbidded everybody in the world, so we're in Africa. If they can outbid everybody in Russia, we'll be in Russia. Everybody in Red China, we'll be in Red China. We'll go wherever, whoever do the top bidding, that's where we'll go. I have found words for the boxing world that I just regained my title 10 years from the day that I got it from Sunday Liston, and I don't want nobody else talking about who's gonna knock me out. Don't never predict on me, because I'm the greatest fighter of all time. I look silly. Can't escape it. How that look? Bomaye. Abumaye. 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 Ali Abumaye. Bomaye. Abumaye. Ali Bumaye. 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 Ali. The state was set for the killing. The dirt was ready. Oh, we let him up. I let him up. Yeah. Come on. Jay. Ali Bumaye. Ali Bumaye. Ali Bumaye. Ali Bumaye. And the man said, Ali, you are the brothers. And Ali said, yeah, man, I know that. And I am the next president too. President of the USA. President of the universe. Greatest president of all time. Of all time.